Hi, I'm Lisa Marie. Welcome to my channel, Living My Best Life with Lisa Marie. Today we're going to do watermelon themed DIYs. Let's get crafting. For this DIY, I'm going to use this little crate from the Dollar Tree, and I'm using this paint that I got from PLAID, and I will have links down below. I'm a PLAID ambassador, and you will definitely want to check out their products. So I'm going to go ahead and paint that first stripe green, and then I'm going to paint the middle one with some white chalk paint. And then I'm going to take my brush and I'm going to kind of blend the two in that little divot, if you will, kind of where the planks are. So I want those two colors to blend a little bit so it looks a little more gradual. Then I'm going to take some red chalk paint from Waverly called Crimson, and I'm going to paint the bottom stripe, and then I'm going to also do blending between the white and the red. Now I am off camera going to paint all the way around these same three stripes. I'm just not going to make you watch me do it. But after I'm done with this, I am going to paint the entire bottom on the outside. I'm not going to paint the inside of the crate, but just the very, very bottom in the red. And that's because you're going to see that. This is going to look like books. You know, you've probably seen that before, but it's also going to look like a watermelon. I'm going to take my black marker and I'm going to write, "Hello, sweet summertime." And I'm just printing this, but I'm going to add little serifs to the ends of the letters to make it look like a little bit of a typewriter font, but maybe a little more cutesy than that. Anyway, I like the way it came out, so I was pretty happy with it. Next, I'm going to take some jute twine from the Dollar Tree and this cute little watermelon key identifier. Like you put it over the top of your key so you'd know which key it was. And it has a hole on it. I'm going to add the jute twine right in it, and I'm going to hot glue it to the front. It looks so cute, you guys. And then I'm going to wrap the twine around several times until I like the way it looks. And then I'm going to cut it off underneath where you won't see it and just kind of tie it and hot glue it down. Next, I have this luggage tag from the Dollar Tree that's also a watermelon. Oh my gosh, you guys, they had so many cute things. And I'm just hot gluing that to the very top, and that's it. It came out so cute. I love it. Today's video is a collaboration with my sweet dear friend Eileen at Krafty Leeny. You guys, she is so much fun. She's awesome. You definitely have to go check out her video, which will be linked in the description box below. And she has two channels, which I will also link below. Krafty Leeny, which is a DIY channel, and she does a live show every Saturday night that is a blast. She does all kinds of amazing DIYs, and she's very whimsical, and she adds just the cutest details. You will absolutely love it. And she also has a new channel called Leeny's World, which is more of a lifestyle channel. She does tablescapes and vignettes and everything on a budget. Just amazing. And all kinds of fun things. Please go check her out and tell her that Lisa Marie sent you. And if you've come over from Leeny's channel, welcome. I am so happy to meet you. I am just thrilled that you're here. I was on Pinterest recently and got inspired by something that made me want to make this. So I found these cute little bamboo utensils. There were like 6 or 7 of them in a bag for $5 at, of all places, Home Goods. That's like a Dollar Tree price. So I'm taping off just above the actual spoons because I don't want any paint there. And I'm going to paint most of the handles red using that crimson chalk paint from Waverly. And then I'm going to add some of the folk art home decor paint in the color Sage, and that will be my next level, and just to make it look like part of a watermelon rind. And I'm just going to paint a little bit of that on all of the bamboo utensils. It takes 2 coats to cover with this one. It's not as thick of a paint, I guess. And then I'm going to use a green color also from a folk art. And I do go back and thicken that up a little bit because I made too much of it the lighter green, but you'll see me do that a little bit later. And I do this with all 3 of the utensils. Then I take a black marker and I just start putting the seeds on, and I put them in different directions and just kind of all over the place. And then I'm also going to do it on the side and the back of the utensils. I just want every part that's red to have little watermelon seeds. Next, I'm going to hot glue the handles together side by side, and that's just to hold them in place while I thread some jute cord into the holes. And then I'm going to wrap it around and just tie it several times, or wrap it several times around until I get the look that I want. Once I have it wrapped around the way I want it, I tie a knot, and then I make a little loop and I tie another knot and cut off the ends, and that is my hanger, and so it'll be very easy to hang it now. I have this super cute burlap chevron ribbon from the Dollar Tree, and I'm going to make a little bow, where you make the awareness bow and pull down the middle, and I'm just kind of making sure that the loops are the right size and how I want it to look. And then I'm going to take some jute twine and tie a knot around the middle to hold that bow in place. Then I'm going to take another cute little red gingham ribbon that I also got at the Dollar Tree. I'm going to make another bow the same way but just slightly smaller. And then I'm going to hot glue that right to the center of the burlap bow. And then I'll fluff that out, and I will attach them to the very top handles of the little utensils. And then I will trim the edges. I'll do angled edges on the gingham bow, and I'm going to do dovetails on the burlap bow. So I just want to give it a little bit of cuteness, cuteness, is that a word? Anyway, but it's cute. So that's what I was going for. I wanted to just have that kind of summertime watermelon picnic feel to it. And I think that I accomplished that. What do you think? I think I mentioned earlier, but I decided to add a little more of the green because I feel like the middle part of the rind was just too thick. So that's all I'm doing, is touching that up and just thickening up the green part, and I like the way that looks a lot better. And then I've got another one of those little key holder things, or key identifier things from the Dollar Tree. I'm going to put a little piece of the red gingham ribbon right through it, and then I'm going to hot glue it to the back, but I'm going to have it sitting right in the center of where the bow is. And I absolutely love it. I just hot glue it, trim the edges, and it's done. And this thing is so cute, you guys. You have to let me know what you think. I hope my channel is a fun place where you can come to be inspired to create something. I'd love it if you click the red subscribe button and turned on the notification bell. That way you'll always be notified when I have a new video ready for you to watch. I do all different decor styles on my channel, and there's something for everyone. If you like what you see, be sure to hit the like button and leave me a comment. We are one big crafty family here. For this DIY, I'm using one of those plain black mats from the Dollar Tree. And I'm going to be using the Crimson Red Waverly chalk paint, as well as the green paint from Folk Art. And I'm literally just going to paint little triangles with kind of the rounded edge. They're basically little slices of watermelon. And then I'm going to paint the rind, and I'm just using a foam brush for that. And I'm just going to put them all over this mat, just different places, directions, whatever. Super easy, you guys. And then I go back in and I darken up the green, and I'm going to use a black marker to make the seeds. I spray it with a clear seal, and that's it. Easiest DIY ever. Besides YouTube, feel free to connect with me over on Instagram, Pinterest, and Facebook. Same name, Living My Best Life with Lisa Marie. I post all kinds of stuff on there behind the scenes and just what's going on in my day-to-day life. Hope to see you there. For this DIY, I'm using a little round tag from the Dollar Tree and some watermelon napkins that I found also at the Dollar Tree. I'm going to use this white chalk paint from Home Decor, and I'm going to paint one side of this after I remove the little string. I didn't want the black underneath the napkin that I'm using to decoupage because then it would show through and it would affect the colors of the napkin. Now I'm going to take the napkin out, and I need to separate it because it's more than one ply, and so that's what I'm doing right now. And then I literally am going to put some Mod Podge on the little tag, and then I'm going to set the napkin right on top, and I'm going to use my brayer and attach it, try to get rid of any bubbles. Once that dries, I'm just going to very gently rip the napkin off, pushing down, and then I will have my whole entire tag covered. I'm going to poke a hole where there was already a hole, and then I'm going to add Mod Podge to the top. I'm going to let that dry, and then I'm going to trim around the edges and make sure that I get all of the little stray pieces and rough edges off there. Next, I'm going to trim some little pieces that were from the rind part of the napkin, and I'm attaching them. I don't end up liking how that looks, so even though I did go ahead and do it, I Mod Podged over the top, and then I took out my paint, and I just filled in where the rind should be with the green and then with the sage, and then I made the little layer with the white, and I think it looks a lot better now that I painted it. I should have just done that from the beginning, but that's how it goes sometimes. I'm going to turn the tag over, and I'm just going to go ahead and paint it all green and then use the sage to create the other lines on the rind of the watermelon. I didn't need to paint it white because the green covers the black perfectly. Now I'm going to take some beads that I got from Amazon, which were wonderful. They're in my Amazon store. And I'm doing 4 of each color, so the green and the white and the red. And I'm just putting them on a skewer stick to make it easier to paint them. And of course, I dry everything in between. I just don't show you every time I do that. And then I'm going to string them on some jute twine. I'm going to put a little piece of tape on the end so it's easier to string them. And I'm just going to do a pattern of green, white, and red. I'm going to repeat that until I've used all of them. And then I'm going to stick the end of the jute twine right through the hole on the tag, and I'm going to attach that with a knot. Next, I'm going to make a tassel. I'm going to do this really fast, and I will refer you to a video that I will have down in my description box that gives you very good detail, and it's much slower. So basically, I'm taking 3 different kinds of twine, and I'm going to wrap it around my fingers. The skinniest one I'm going to do 30 times. The next one I think I'm going to do 15 times, and this last one I'm only going to do like 10 times, only because they're thicker. And I just kept them all separate with a little clip. And now I'm kind of merging them together because I wanted to have all these different colors. I didn't want it to just be the jute twine. And once I do that, I'm going to put it through the loops, and then I'm going to tie that, so now it'll be attached to the garland. And then I'm going to tie a string around just the top portion, and then I'll go and I will snip all the other loops open, and I'll give them a trim because they're all over the place since I used all different kinds of twine, and you know, it just didn't come out even, which is fine. I'm going to make it look great when it's all said and done. And then the last thing I'm going to do is just wrap some more of the regular jute twine around a few times just to thicken up that little section that I have tied off. And I think it looks really cute, and I love all the different colors. Please let me know what you think, and I hope you guys really like it as much as I do. And now for one last look at all 4 of my watermelon themed DIYs. I just love these. I have a cute little display now set up in my house, and I am absolutely loving it. I have a couple other watermelon things I've added to the mix. Be sure to go down to my description box and visit Krafty Leeny and watch her video for this collaboration. I cannot wait to see what she's made. I know hers is going to be so gorgeous. I just know it. And don't forget to tell me which one of these is your favorite. I think for me it's the Hello Sweet Summertime little book thing. I love that so much. But let me know what yours was and we'll compare notes. Thank you so much for watching. I'm so happy that you were here, and I can't wait to see you in my next video. I appreciate the time that you take to watch my videos. It means so much. And remember, you are a blessing to me.